So hi guys and welcome back. And I have amazing people with me right now. I have Nikhil, I have Shivani, and I have Mayur. Now the amazing part of these guys is they created an application and they got their jobs. So in this particular video, we are going to learn how these guys have actually won a hackathon. Obviously, they will be telling more than that. But the whole important point for this particular video is the advantages of hackathon, which as a student I can get, and everything related to that. So over to you guys. I would like, obviously, from one by one, please introduce yourself and then obviously let us know what you have built and what have you what did you do in that hackathon. And we can start with Shivani.
Hi guys, I'm Shivani from Hyderabad. I'm currently finally a student from GNRNMA Institute of Technology and Science. So I would like to talk about why hackathons are important, in the current days. So firstly, I would like to tell it's a very nice learning opportunity. You can use this time to learn or test a new skill or framework in a setting that keeps you focused and motivated. So during the event, you'll hear more about new advancements in the field and realize how this will help you in your career. And participate in hackathons for learning and not for competing, obviously. So I mean, winning doesn't matter. It's a very nice experience, and obviously, it's a spark in innovation also. When hackathon events are held, many people come from different fields and different colleges. So you can get a chance to interact with a lot of people. Like as I met Mayur, Nikhil, and Neeraj, my teammates, and every single participant adds their input to solve the problem in a very different and effective manner. So hackathons can solve almost all problems, be it regarding any software solutions or everyday workflows, etc. And it obviously builds confidence in you. And career planning, I can tell, working on an exciting project may convince you to do better planning, and it gives you a great space to understand yourself and your future, and it builds your entrepreneurship skills, and you can learn many things from your mentors in the hackathon. And obviously the best part will be the winning.
Okay. So I want to understand, like, obviously from Nikhil and Mayur also, like, what did you
Yeah.
guys do in this particular hackathon? So, like, what was the assignment you had and what kind of a project you built? What kind of technologies you have added, used?
Hi everyone, I'm Nikhil Kashyap. Basically, I'm from Aligarh, Uttar Pradesh. And currently now I'm pursuing BTech in Aviation Engineering College, Ghaziabad. I'm basically
I think we are losing you, Nikhil.
about the hackathon, the problems, what they to solve and how to approach this problem. I'm audible, sir?
Nikhil, we are losing you. There is an internet issue, I believe.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Meanwhile, let's learn from Mayur. Yeah,
Mayur.
please. Yes, Mayur. So let us know, like, what you guys did and like what technologies you guys used.
Okay. Hello everyone. This is Mayur from Agartala, and I am a third year student from NIT Agartala. So in the hackathon, like there are three problem statements. Those are in different fields. Like one was on machine learning, one was on the VR, that is virtual reality, and the other one that we worked on was on IoT, that is Internet of Things. So the project that we did comprises of that was a combination of hardware, softwares, and everything. So we used Arduino sensors, we made the circuits. Then we used the ThinkSpot server to actually send the data to the backend server. Then we also needed a front end, we could use a web application or an Android application or any other thing for the front end, and we chose to work with Android. And so for that, we first transfer the data or send the data from the ThinkSpot server to the Firebase, and from the Firebase we actually display the data to our Android app. So that data was real time, like it was getting updated every 5 seconds. Actually the problem statements was based on detecting the hazards and notifying the users, like creating alerts, like if any hazard has happened or not. So in our app, like the sensors detected, it was detecting the temperature, humidity, and everything after a delay of 5 seconds, and then it was sending the data, and which was getting reflected in our Android app. So whenever certain threshold was getting crossed, then we used to send the alerts. so that people who are living like far away, they can also get to know that okay, something has happened and we need to rescue the people working there, we need to send help. So that was the basic idea for our whole.
Okay, now I want to understand one thing. I mean, why did you guys decide to join as a team? If I talk about, because if I talk about building something, so usually what we have, everyone feels like I can do better than anyone and I don't need any team. Now I can see Nikhil is from UP, Shivani is from I believe Andhra, and Mayur is from Tirupura. Yeah. So I want to understand, like, how did you guys decide? Okay, we are going to work together as a team, and we're going to work in this particular project. Like, how did you meet? Because obviously, if I talk about these days, students cannot find group in their colleges, let alone all over India.
Actually, it was decided by Infosys. It was, we didn't, plan anything. Like, it was actually done by Infosys team only. Every team comprises of 4 or 5 people. Yeah. So it was just random.
Okay, it was random. So I want to understand now one thing, like, what made you guys that, okay, I want to be part of this particular hackathon? Like, obviously, as a student at a student level, you may think, okay, why should I actually prepare for that? I should be preparing for placements, I should be preparing for gate, or maybe I can prepare for my college examination. So what you saw in this particular hackathon before joining that made you like, okay, this is something we should be doing as a team?
Initially, we didn't know we had hackathon. We had a coding round in the first level. So people who cleared the coding round, we got selected for the hackathon. So later we got to know that there's a hackathon. It's a offline hackathon. So due to the pandemic, we attended many online hackathons, but attending an offline hackathon will be obviously different thing. So yeah, it was, it will be a good experience. So we all wanted to try, and obviously being top 100 coders in the country, we wanted to go for the hackathon and do it.
Okay. So, Nikhil, I want to understand what were your learnings, because obviously if I talk about UP, so if we talk about you are pretty near to Delhi. I mean, you get the exposure to this, I would say, sort of an IT sector. So participating in this particular hackathon, what were your learnings as an individual, I would say?
Basically, sir, when we have to participate in this hackathon, there are the technology we want work either in a like sir IoTs and VR technologies and drone technologies. We won't work these technology in previous in our life. So this is a new learning for us to we learn something new. And then, sir, in a hackathon, there are so many things such like we have to choose the problem statement which have the IoT based. We don't know about the what is that IoT and how the platform Thinkboard, which is IoT platform works. So the new things like how to work on these technologies. There are so many things like how to connect these things like sensors and Arduinos in a Thinkboard server. There are so many things we have learned in this hackathon.
Okay, great. So now, Mayur, I have a question for you. Like, I want to understand, like, when we talk about hackathons, so obviously having a problem statement is a very important thing. So as a team, obviously, maybe again, I'm not sure about the logistics of this particular hackathon, but I want to understand, how did you guys decide that, okay, this is a problem statement we have to go, or it was given to you?
Okay, so the problem statements are given to us from Infosys, and among them, like first of all, we saw like whether we had the basic prerequisite knowledge of any of them. So like in most cases, we didn't have any knowledge. Like none of our team members had much knowledge about the tech stacks that were required. But still, like as compared to the other two problems, we chose this one because like we at least had an idea. Like okay, we need to go in this way. Like we knew some basic steps among about those things, so we knew like okay, this is one path that we can follow. Even though we don't know, we can learn. But in other cases, like we're almost pretty much clueless. So that was one of the primary reason why I chose this problem statement. And the second one was because like this is a problem statement, or like this is a serious problem that we see in our day-to-day life. Like people were get like met with lots of accidents in their workplaces and all. So we really thought like, okay, this is a real life problem that needs to be solved. So those are some of the major reasons like why we chose this problem statement.
Okay, so basically you're trying to say that the problem statement was given to you. Now, I want to understand, I mean, from Shivani also, like, how did you thought about, like, obviously, if I talk about this particular hackathon, so like when we are building a project, like, let's say if we want to make a Hello World program, we can go to YouTube, we can go to different websites and we can find, okay, how to do that. But when you're presented kind of a, I mean, problem statement, and you have to build a project out of it, and as a student I've not, maybe I've not built, so like how did you approach towards building this particular project? Did you get any mentors from their side, or it was totally up to you, or you took assistance from your teachers? How was that?
Initially, we were given 3 problem statements. As Mayur said, we were very comfortable with one of the problem statements given. Like the entire team, we all have an idea about it. So we chose the problem statement, the IoT platform. And yeah, we were given mentors for every team. We were given a mentor, and our mentor really helped us. He was the one who sat with us throughout the hackathon, and he explained us the agenda, like how to go through everything, like the step-by-step process and everything. So yeah, he taught us like how to start off with, and then
Okay.
we had many discussions and who will go with what, and yeah, it went.
Okay, great. So I want to understand one thing, like obviously the mentor must have around 4 to 5 or maybe 10 years of experience. So what did he told you guys that was quite different, that it made it worth for you, that, okay, yes, this hackathon I did, it was worth it and I won't regret it. And maybe I'll just suggest to other students that they should do it. Like what was that kind of a mentorship which was given that you guys individually enjoyed? Like if you guys can add one individual point, that would be great.
Sorry, can you tell it again?
Okay, so the question is, like, obviously you received a mentor. Okay, so mentor must have told you so many different things which you might have not heard in your entire college life, if I talk about, because obviously you are students right now. So what are those learnings as an individual, if I talk about to from you guys, is that made it worth it for you? Like you thought, okay, maybe I was not sure about this particular hackathon, but having a person as a mentor, and he told me this thing which is going to stay with my it's going to stay with me forever in my life. So what was those learnings from the mentor which you think are going to stay with you forever?
We actually learned many new things. Yeah, we haven't learned so many things in our college life. So he taught us many things about the given problem statement, the new technologies, and we got to know what Thingsboard was. Initially, we didn't know what the term Thingsboard was. So we were given a platform, IoT platform, to do our project. So yeah, he was helping out by telling new technologies and everything, which were very interesting. So we kind of felt like doing it. Yeah.
Okay, Nikhil, would you like to add a point in that?
Yes, sir. Basically, when we started, there is no idea about what is the Arduino, what is the ThinkBoard, and our mentor will be guide us, like what is the Arduino, how their connection will be built, and how to fetch the data from these sensors. We don't know even that idea, but our mentor will guide us in a very good way, so we can proceed with that way, and we have to achieve.
Okay. Yeah, Mayur, any points from you?
Okay, apart from the tech stacks, like we learned a lot about technologies. The other things that we learned was that like how to properly distribute work among ourselves. Because like if a single person does everything, then it won't be possible for anyone. So we need to learn actually how to distribute the works evenly among us. And then the other things are like how to properly present among the judges and all. So like there are also some soft skills or like interpersonal skills that are pretty much necessary. So those are also some of the things that we learned from our mentor that also helped us a lot.
Okay, now that is a very good point, Mayur. You have mentioned about the interpersonal skills. So, like, obviously, again, as I mentioned, I don't know the logistics. So, like, I believe you guys were doing this online. It was not a physical hackathon, I believe. Is it? Or like
Yes,
it
sir,
was
Yeah, it
online?
was a physical
hackathon.
Okay, it was a physical, so wonderful. So now I want to understand, like, obviously you guys met and you guys had so many understanding. So what are the new things you learned? So like, let's say in terms of technologies, like obviously Nikhil has mentioned Arduino is there. So what did you learn, any new programming languages or maybe new, I would say, way of doing things which were not probably available in the college? And if yes, what were they?
Technologies wise, yeah, we got to know, like Nikhil said, Arduino and Thingsboard. These were the things we learned. But coming to, teamwork, yeah, we can't do this all the time in our college because we do mini project and major project like one or two projects in our college in our entire college life. So, working with all new people and obviously sharing, different opinions, everyone will be having different approaches, sitting and talking with everyone, and coming to one fixed point. So obviously I can tell teamwork and presentation skills, obviously. So yeah, we have to present in front of so many people, which was a very big task for us. There were like more than some 400 to 500 people, and a lot of jury was sitting in front of us. So yeah, it was a big deal.
Okay, fine. So again, to students, I just want to mention one thing, like obviously as a developer, when we build something, that is one thing. But if we are unable to present it to the people, obviously they won't be able to understand what you have done. So like maybe like, let's say if I built something great, but obviously if I cannot express myself, that is going to be very difficult. And I believe I can see from you guys that having interpersonal skill is quite important. Now, I want to understand one thing from you guys, like this hackathon happened, you guys won it. How did you find about it? Like obviously this is something which is available in the era of internet, but obviously as a student, if I talk about when I was in college, I was more interested into who is the new singer who has released a new song, or I would say which is the new movie coming in. And obviously you guys participated in this hackathon and obviously won also. So how did you get to know about it?
From our college, I can tell our college placement officer have sent a hack with Infy link to the entire college. So I think I guess all our college wrote the exam.
Okay, so basically,
It
is
was
it
from
same
the
for you,
placement
Nikhil?
office.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Same for me, sir. Our placement cells will be provide the link for everything.
Yes, same here for us also. The placement self provided us with the information.
Okay, that is amazing. You guys are actually lucky enough, because usually what I've heard from many various students, like obviously they don't get these kind of opportunities. Okay, so that is amazing. Now I want to understand one thing from you guys, which is quite important. What are the other hackathons, if I talk about, which are there like in this whole world, if I talk about, or maybe happening in India, which are important for students? Like there are hackathons from Microsoft. Usually Microsoft takes on hackathon, but apart from that, what other hackathons are there? And especially if I talk about, if I miss the ride of Infosys hackathon, maybe something like this, are there any particular websites, if I talk about, or platforms where I can actually participate for the online hackathons?
Yeah, there's a
Okay.
thing called Unstop where you get all the information about hackathons that are being held in our country. Unstop.
No, unstop. And Mayur had a point. Like Mayur, what was your point?
Yeah, like there is no such particular hackathons like that we need to participate. Like we can participate in as many hackathons that we get to know or we want. And also like there are various YouTube channels, Telegram channels, and like LinkedIn, Twitter. There are so many platforms. So like if we keep an eye on those, like we can easily get to know about many such hackathons that will actually help us to participate.
Okay. Okay. Now, one thing which is quite important in this particular, this is obviously known as extracurricular activity, if I talk about, and your friends, if I talk about, you must have friends who would have told you like, okay, this is going to be a waste of time. Don't do that, even though there is a big company name around it. So what made you take like, okay, I'm not sure about this particular hackathon thing, but I think I should be doing that, which made the whole difference, if I talk about. And I would request Nikhil to come up, because Nikhil is not sharing anything right now.
No, so basically, when we participate in hackathon, we are think this is like a waste of time. But sir, uh, I think that sir, there is a opportunity to us for learn something new.
Okay.
There is no waste of time, sir. Yeah.
Okay. So hackathon happened. You guys won. Congratulations for that. What after this? What happened after this? Like you won the hackathon. Now what is happening?
Obviously, you catch attention if you win. So
Okay.
it's not the important point, but in case of success, it does help you market yourself, and it makes a nice entry on your CV, and everyone gets to know in your college, and obviously you can motivate your juniors and the upcoming students, to participate in hackathons.
Okay. So like you're saying that obviously if I talk about in terms of the exposure you get that, but if I talk about in terms of jobs or internships, so did it actually impact you guys? Did you guys any got any offers from any companies? Or if I talk about internship, did you guys get any of those offer?
Okay, you're talking about through Hack with Infy?
Yeah. Like the hackathon happened, you guys won, and after that, what happened?
Yeah, actually, after the first round itself, most of us got selected. We got the pre-placement interview opportunity, and half of us gave the interviews, and few people they took the interview during the hackathon. And finally, we got the results after the hackathon. Most of us, we got selected.
Okay, that is amazing. So like obviously you guys took this thing as like you learned a lot of things also in this particular hackathon since you won. So obviously you got the exposure as well and you got the job as well. Now I want to understand, like obviously I want to understand from you guys, like participating in hackathon and doing this crazy stuff is very good. But what is one mistake individually you guys would request the students who are watching this particular video that they should be avoiding, so that they can actually grab more such opportunities, or they can learn a lot of things in a small like in this in short span of time? One mistake you would request students to avoid.
I think
like one
Mayur can.
Yeah, so like one thing like I also personally did, like initially I was so much hesitant to participate in such hackathons because I thought like I didn't have the knowledge or like the things that were required, like I didn't know anything about them. But the thing that I realized after this hackathon was that like hackathon is such a thing for which like we have to learn on the go, like we have to learn on the same day and we have to apply it. Like it is not possible to learn everything beforehand because we don't know what will be the problem statements in any hackathon, like what will be the text executes. So like this is one thing that we should follow. Like we have to keep a learning mind and learning spirit, and we have to learn at the same time and apply at the same time. We don't have to like wait for finishing everything and all.
Okay. What about you, Nikhil?
Sir, I want to add this. Sir, basically, when we have to participate in any hackathon, sir, there we have a fear that how can we do in a hackathon, because we don't know even what technology will be used in a hackathon and what the things we have to do in the hackathon. So because so many students was fear of that, sir. So even they don't participate in the hackathon, sir, because of that fear, sir. And then my first request is that, sir, even we have to participate because there is something new to learn. Yes, sir. But there are so many fear for the students. So they overcome.
So the student should not be scared of it and they should be actually approaching these opportunities. Yes, Shivani, you were also saying something.
Yeah, people underestimate themselves, but I can tell hackathons are an obvious career boost, and they'll make you more aware of your own capabilities and thus also bolster your confidence. And yeah, that's it.
Okay, so basically from you guys, I was able to understand, like if I'm a student right now, I should not be underestimating myself. I should not be scared of it, for a very simple reason.
People hesitate to talk to new people also, because in the hackathon you have to meet new people, you have to socialize, talk to them, and then it's all about teamwork, obviously. So people hesitate to talk to new people. So that's the reason they keep rejecting this, hackathon. Okay, no need. It's not a big deal. So yeah.
Yes, this is a very important point as a coder, since we are living in front of a laptop. So obviously we don't want to talk to people. And I mean, this is kind of an habit. Like obviously even I have this, but this is something as a student, I would say, like we have to not like this thing should not take over us, because obviously we have to interact with the human beings. So now I want to understand last thing from you guys is obviously you guys have seen so much exposure from the mentor as well. Like you guys built your particular project on IoT. So like he must have told you like, this is the future, guys. You should be working on these technologies. This is the kind of a future you are expecting. So what were those things he told you that this is something you should be focusing on as an individual, irrespective of you win this hackathon or not, because this is going to help you a lot? What were those technologies, or I would say things they told you guys?
Basically, these technology are for everything is for social good, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. We have made the technology, this type of prototype, which will be help for our society. So this is the main agenda of this hackathon, sir.
No, I want to understand like what they told, like the mentor must have told you that, okay, Nikhil, you should be learning this or you should be focusing on this because this is going to be future. Like I'll give you a very simple scenario. Like if you ask me, Avinash, what should I be learning? So I would say you should go for AI, you should go for cloud computing because this is the trending technologies. Now the person is coming from Infosys. He has a vast amount of experience in a service-based company, especially a big company like Infosys. He has seen things and he is also foreseeing the things which are going to happen in future. So he must have told you like, okay, this is something you should be learning and this is something you should be focusing on. What were they?
Yeah, there were the three problem statements were from three different technologies. So when I was talking to him, he told me AI and virtual reality, blockchain. Yeah, these might be very helpful. So I think we can learn.
Okay, he emphasized on blockchain, virtual reality, and
Virtual
artificial intelligence.
reality, IoT. Yeah, the
Okay.
three different problem statements that were given on three different technologies, which are very important.
Okay. Mayur, would you like to add anything on this?
Yeah, so like in the hackathon, I actually work on the Android app. So like I did using native Android development. So
Okay.
he told that like to even explore the hybrid platform because like in near future like we have to build apps that are actually hybrid, like that works on both Android, iOS, Windows, and everything. So that was one of the important suggestions that we got, like to even learn the hybrid tech stacks like Flutter, and that is
Okay, so he told you very important. Like again, this is something which Mayur have added. It's a very good point that like when we are building Android application, there is an option of building native application that is using Dart as well as Java. Correct me if I'm wrong because I'm not an Android developer. But yes, if you build the hybrid application, you don't have. Yeah.
Yeah, native is mostly done using Kotlin and Java,
Yeah,
and
yeah, I'm
Dart,
sorry.
Flutter are for hybrid development.
Yeah. So this is a very good point. Like if we will build a native application, it will work in only one platform, that is the operating system. Maybe it's iOS or maybe Android. But if we go for hybrid application, it can work both on iOS as well as Android. And one version can actually work as a web version also. So that is obviously a very good thing. And I would request students to actually learn on that. So guys, it was amazing having you. Like hopefully students have learned a lot of things from you guys. And obviously what I'll be doing, please provide me your LinkedIn account. So I'll be posting them in the description of this particular video. So maybe if students want to reach you out, they can reach you out for any assistance or maybe any questions. So thank you very much. And I'll see you in the next one. Thank you guys.
Thank you, Avinash.
Thank you very much
Thank
for
you for
inviting
having
us.
us.
It was a great time.